Welcome to All About TRH, aka All About the Truth. On today's episode, we talk about the intense drama that went on last week with Real Housewives of New Jersey star Melissa Gorga involving herself, and we respond to her comments on us. Plus, we talk the Real Housewives of New York recap and address listener questions. Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How was your weekend?
It was good. I had a relaxing weekend.
I didn't talk to you.
I know you were up north.
I know. And so I didn't talk to you and I didn't have the best service. So when I was texting you, it wasn't that great. But I feel like I missed you.
Oh, God. Roxanne knows we hate talking like this.
I knew you'd
I'm
be
gonna
so
like crawl under my covers.
I knew you would be scared if I said that. You guys, Chantel made my weekend actually. I feel like we went through hell this week, and then the weekend was pretty good. But Chantel made my weekend because she sent me a text and said that I could bring my kids to her wedding.
Oh, yeah, you guys. Oh, my gosh. I knew she was gonna be so happy about this.
Oh, I've been like making jabs. I've been that person where I've been making
She
jabs. Like,
has.
yeah, like I can't believe like you're not allowing us to bring our kids to your wedding. Like we're going to Mexico. And she was like, get over it. It's my wedding. And she knows that I've been like stressed. And she sent us a text this
That's
weekend.
not why, though.
Wait, why?
I didn't send you the text because you were stressed about it.
Then why'd you send us a text?
Because I'm being nice and I'm just allowing it. And like I'm just thinking about what was I just watching recently? I was
Oh,
watching
tell me.
I was watching something where someone's like my niece or something at my wedding, and I was like, maybe like it would be cute. What was it? I don't know. It was something recently that like made me think like, okay, like having them there will be nice like for the long term, but God knows what you guys are going to be putting me through when you guys are like arguing about your kids, like who's watching them, and like I have no time for you guys.
But I am that mom who loves like, I don't like going on vacations without my kids. So I've been so stressed, especially because if you guys have been following us, it's my daughter's 5th birthday.
Oh, and
And
guess what Charlie said on the phone earlier
oh
today?
yeah, so
They're
yeah.
driving and like I'm on the phone with Roxanne and she goes, "Charlie, did you where are we going? Mexico?" And she's like, "Yeah, for my birthday." I'm like, "Excuse me, you little 5-year-old? It's for my
Four.
wedding that you're she's gonna
Yeah.
be 5. It's for my wedding that you're walking in."
I know. And I looked at Charlie, I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. It's not about you. Because I was so scared that Chantel's gonna like go back on her word and say, you can't bring them. So I immediately ran up to my husband when I read that text and I'm like, they're coming, they're coming. And then my husband's like, only bring one. I'm like, excuse
Yeah, and
me?
he texts me. He goes, "Convince her to bring one." I'm like, "Don't stress me
Stop.
out."
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, that's why I said your husband was
Ew,
being cuckoo.
stop. Why didn't you tell me that?
Because I don't have time for you guys.
I know me and my husband insert Chantel in our life like way too much that it's uncomfortable. So we're keeping my son here. And
Yeah, I said no babies.
oh, Chantel made it a point to say no to my son. Like she was like, he's not coming no matter what. And I was like, okay. But like
And I have a sister who has twin boys that are like
yeah.
6 months younger than Jack, and I have another niece who's like the same, like 6 months, and it's like, no, I'm not having these babies and strollers and all these things.
Honestly, babies are more work to me.
Yeah,
So
exactly. At least your
it
kids
is.
can enjoy and like swim.
Oh, they're gonna have the best time ever. And Chantel chose the most expensive resort. So yeah, they better have a good time, okay? Because everything's gonna be like amazing there. So yeah, I don't know. She kind of like, it's my wedding, so she made me really happy.
No.
Okay. She scares me. So I just had to say that. But so you guys also Patreon has been is it Patreon or Patreon?
I don't even
Patreon.
know how you say it. People say Patreon, and other people say I say Patreon.
Patreon. I'm so
I
into
think Kim D
Patreon.
said Patreon, so I was like, is she saying it right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I think it is Patreon. Well,
Yeah.
Patreon, we've been on Patreon for a week now, and it has been so much fun. And so, if you guys haven't joined it, please support us. Join Patreon. We do juicy spoilers every Sunday with your morning coffee. And then we share posts and never before seen photos on there as well. So, anyways, if you can't, we understand. We're still doing this podcast because we understand if people can't. But if you can, please support us. It's been so much fun. And we have been doing all the New Jersey spoilers on there. There will be some things we'll cover on here because we understand that everyone can join, but you guys are supporting us as well. So we do have to touch on some stuff who with people who didn't join our Patreon. We did kind of dive into it way deeper on our Patreon, but I'm sure you guys know, and we have to address the elephant in the room. There's been a lot of elephants in the room, right, Chantal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, last week was extremely chaotic. We have a summary about it on our Instagram at AllAboutTRH podcast, where there's like a red sign, you'll know to click it and then just go through everything. But basically, we were falsely accused of doxing a person who isn't obviously well or sane. Last week, after responding to David Yontif, he had called us a wannabe. We responded. It was playful,
Yeah,
and
we
it
were
was
just
just,
being funny. Like it wasn't that
yeah,
deep. When I listened to them, it was both him and Kim D. When I listened to both of them, I mean we responded. It was more just like, oh, haha, we're not wannabes, like and then
yeah.
I think we called him a side piece. I think that's what really got him.
Yeah, and following that, we saw a lot of DMs. You guys are loyal to us. A lot of DMs of him trashing us to people and hyping people up about us. And it's like, why are you allowed to say something but we can't? But anyways, so it was supposed to end at that, right? But then a person who, again, she is not well, reached out to my employer, reached out to our podcast network, emailed every single one of our sponsors claiming to represent David Yontif. We don't know if that's true, but they accused us of misconduct, asked our podcast network to drop us, to investigate us. This all happened out of nowhere where this person comes out after that whole podcast aired where we responded to the wannabe. So we checked. She followed David Yontif and his show on Instagram. We have everything documented. She sent an email to my employer and to my podcast network, and she sent it. She works for a PR company, so she sent it through her PR and had her full name on there. And then we ended up seeing that she follows him and all this stuff. So they literally said we were deceptive and that all our posts got 0 likes. They
We
told,
buy our followers.
yeah, so silly because we don't really have that many followers on All About TRH podcast. So if we did buy our followers, like we'd have a lot more, right? We really don't, but it doesn't matter because we have like an exclusive group and that's all that matters at the end of the day. But they told my employer, not Chantel's. Okay, Chantel got away with it, of course.
Okay, don't put it on me.
I know, I know. And they
It
told
wouldn't be that bad if my employer like saw something like we're cool enough. It would have been fine. But like your employer, oh my gosh,
yeah, well, because you also work for like,
it's like a small family business.
yeah, and it's a family friend too.
Yeah.
So they told my employer, which is like again a Fortune 500 company, like it's not like that, and our podcast network, that the corporation shouldn't want to align with me, and they urged an investigation. And I really tried to ignore it. Like Chantel kept saying, "Ignore it, Roxanne," but then they wouldn't stop. And then she tagged my personal social media account using another one of her employer accounts that was on her LinkedIn page. So we filed a cease and desist, and I made it public what happened when an Instagram account that is a Melissa fan account called me a "see you next Tuesday." So they also found my personal social media, used a photo, called me a "see you next Tuesday." And I don't fault them. They were being impulsive. They didn't know what really happened because there was like 2 other Melissa accounts now lying, saying that I was trying to get this person doxxed who we don't even know, who did all of this to us. And Melissa, and I don't even know what
And
dox
you didn't
means, Chantel.
Our next partner is AG1, the daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports whole body health. I drink it literally every day. I gave AG1 a try because I was tired of taking so many supplements and wanted a single solution that supports my entire body and covers my nutritional bases every day. I wanted a better gut health, a boost in energy, immune system support, and I hated taking so many pills and vitamins, and I just wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I drink AG1 in the morning, and I have been consistently doing that for the last month. Since being on it, I can say that I've increased energy levels, which you all know I need with everything that I try to do and navigate, and I feel my gut health has significantly improved. It's so hard to keep up with a supplement routine, especially when I am taking multiple vitamins, but with AG1, it's so much easier with all-in-one. Every scoop is packed with 75 vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and whole food source ingredients of high quality that gives me major benefits like gut and mood support, boosted energy, and even healthier looking skin, hair, and nails. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/TRH. That's drinkag1.com/TRH. Check it out.
HelloFresh has been a game changer for me. I love their quick and easy options. I am someone who loves to spend time making a great dinner about once a week, but the rest of the week, I just want something quick and easy, but still fresh and good taste. With HelloFresh, all you need is 15 minutes and you'll be enjoying a tasty, satisfying meal made in your own kitchen. Just look for their quick and easy dinner options, plus quick breakfast and lunches too. Another reason it's been a game changer is my mom is so OCD and hates when I buy things and leave them in the fridge for a long time. So she loves how everything is proportioned. So I leave the meal planning and grocery shopping to HelloFresh. With pre-proportioned ingredients and easy step-by-step recipes delivered to your door, you'll save so much time and cut out the hassle. We have talked about Every Plate before, and Every Plate is now owned by HelloFresh. And with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. I love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with us. So go to HelloFresh.com/50TRH and use code 50TRH for 50% off plus free shipping. That is HelloFresh.com/50TRH and use code 50TRH for 50% off plus free shipping. Removed or
Yeah.
threatened or something. I don't
Okay.
know.
And we still
Let's
didn't
see.
try to dox them. I don't even like we wanted them to stop harassing me and reaching out to my employer and podcast network and our sponsorships. They were commenting on Frito-Lay's, any sponsorship that you could think about. And I tried to ignore. I blocked them off of All About Terry's podcast. I blocked them off All About Terry's Instagram. Then they went and blocked. They went on my personal Instagram account and tagged me. And that's when I was like, enough is enough. And I reached out to their employer because they emailed from their employer and I said, "Hey, what is going on? What's this person's problem?" And then I filed a cease and desist because they're sitting here demanding an investigation and accusing us of lying about our engagement. We have no reason
And
to
we have
lie.
no idea. And we have no idea what was happening.
Right. And like again, we wouldn't get number 1 on Apple Podcast. Hey,
Yeah.
if we were like lying about these things. Anyways, when the Instagram account that called me a see you next Tuesday shared photos of me, Melissa Gorga, Melissa, me liar, me everything, inserted herself right away, which was odd because she was getting ready to fly out with her daughter Antonia to college, and she wrote, quote, "They have been doing it and lying on me for years. Karma is a bitch."
Which was we didn't believe this at first. Like we're like,
Yeah.
there's no way Melissa just wrote this on some random Instagram post.
Yeah,
But she did.
yeah,
But she did.
right, and no shade to the account, but like it's not that it was a smaller account, but it seems like they had just come out and whatever. And but you know what? I did speak to that account and I'll talk about that. But Melissa literally left that comment on a photo of me with someone calling me a see you next Tuesday. And very few people have said to me, "Well, you come for her. What did you expect?" Well, I would never expect Teresa Giudice, Kyle Richards, Lisa Vanderpump, any cool real housewife to get involved with that. And keep in mind, Melissa is a reality star. She's getting paid $1 million a season. We do them a favor by talking about them. She put her life on a show for people to comment and have an opinion on. I'm not getting paid or asking for my personal life to be on camera. We are like any podcasters giving our opinion. Melissa's aunt was also liking stuff on Twitter saying, "What did you expect coming for Melissa all these years?" Like we're giving our opinion. And if
I
we
know.
were
And
coming for
what
Teresa, they would be okay with that.
and they're so happy. Like what? Because one person or a couple people are calling us out and saying things that were untrue.
It was literally 3 accounts, and it's,
I
like, the
know.
3, like, most vile accounts. However, I did speak to this person, and they actually had a conversation with me, and I showed them everything, and they did publicly apologize to us. All the stuff got removed for harassment by Instagram, but they did publicly apologize to us and admit that we were the ones being harassed, so I can appreciate that. I don't take any offense to what they said. But it was funny because when Melissa did comment on that, we made it our story and everyone went crazy on her responding to her and just saying like how vile she is that she would even get involved. And this person saying a see you next Tuesday. And she deleted her comment. And then shortly after the post got removed from Instagram. But I would love, Chantal, for Melissa to tell us one lie that we have said. We do not lie on her. We have receipts.
Exactly. come on and let us know.
Right, and imagine okay, yeah, she actually would, I feel like, I don't know. Oh, and she blocked us again, you guys. She
Oh
blocked us
yeah,
on social
this
media
is what's
again.
hilarious. It's like I thought we were like gonna be like okay, and then boom.
She blocks us again. You're the one who unblocked us, sweets. And then I blocked her right away. And imagine if I contacted the people Melissa partners up with Envy in regards to where she gets her clothes and said, oh my gosh, do not sell your clothes to her. Even though like all her clothes are from Amazon, nothing wrong with Amazon, but she charges 4 times the price of Amazon. But imagine if I did that. We would never do that. And we would never encourage anyone to do that. So it was a chaotic week. But once we shared the truth with receipts and what really happened to us, we got this overwhelming love and support. And we had like a pinch me moment where we're like, wow, these people are incredible. So
I know
thank you guys.
it was awesome.
We talk a lot about it more on our Patreon with more details. And then
By the
we,
way,
yeah,
doxing. Do you know what doxing means?
no, go ahead. I don't
It's a
know. Yeah. Well,
form of online harassment that means publicly exposing someone's real name, address, job, or other identifying info without a victim's consent. That's what they did to you. So I'm so
right.
confused.
I will say, I'll
Projecting
admit to
much?
this. Yeah, I will admit that I did put her name out there because I
Yeah,
put
I
the
know.
email that she said. She emailed my employer, my podcast network, with her full name and said she represented someone, and she put her employer. I did what she did this first. Like we don't even know this person. Like she's not well. If she would go out of her way to continue to do that, and after I blocked her and ignored her, still continue to do that. Oh, and she was also tagging Andy Cohen. She was tagging everybody and saying, "Oh, Andy viewed my story, and we're saying all about TRH podcast is a fraud and blah blah blah." It was like crazy harassment, and I know. Maybe some of us are guilty of this. We get a little out of line. This was on a whole different level. And for anyone to condone this or make it like, well, Roxanne was trying to dox this person. Come in my shoes for 1 second and see exactly what she did. Again, I did put the email that she put out there, like that she sent, that she willingly sent from her employer. So her boss denied that they represent Dave Yontif, but she said she does. So it's really crazy. He did come on and he was like, I'm getting the FBI involved, and I just can't. I just can't. So
Okay, invest this boo.
no, not even us, like on the whole
Oh.
situation. But yeah.
Like
So it
don't they have really important things to do?
Right. So yeah, we had like such a crazy weekend, but then we had the coolest thing happen with our listeners surprising us. Shout out to Elizabeth. She had Candace from the Real Housewives of Potomac make a video for us on Cameo, but it was literally the best video. It's on All About TRH podcast Instagram or Twitter, and it was so amazing. And Candace for 3.5 minutes went on a rant and said, "Don't let these haters get to you." It was just so great
It
to
was so
listen
funny
to.
how she said, "Hey, Roxanne." Like she said the "hey" like kind of like me too. So I was like,
Yes.
"Is this
Oh
does
my
she know, or
gosh.
that was just like her personality?" It
Well,
was
no,
really fun.
Elizabeth may have told her because, like, I
Oh,
think,
okay.
yeah. So shout out to Elizabeth because that was the sweetest thing. And again, that's where we get our like pinch me moment that we're like, we have really awesome listeners and you guys are just incredible. So also, Chantal, we were featured on The Real Houses of Atlanta.
I saw. Congrats.
Yeah. And the season
And the
finale,
other one, right? And OC, I
Orange
thought.
County. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
on Orange County too, which will be next week. So a good week for All About TRH podcast or All About TRH, I'm sorry.com. And so I mean, like all that bad stuff happened and then look what's happening. So it's all good. And Chantal, the season finale was so good that I want you to watch the reunion.
Oh,
Like
for
we
Atlanta?
yeah, like because Chantal's not watching Atlanta. We should cover the reunion though.
Okay, I always like to cover
And
reunions.
honestly, the season finale was so good.
Oh,
Finally.
okay.
I know, right? Shocking, shocking, shocking. All I know, you guys, is that Ralph is the worst type of man. I'm not saying that Drew is like innocent, but oh my god, being married to someone like that, I would just die. I would die. But Chantal, I know we had asked our listeners, we're gonna cover New York, but I know we asked our listeners what they want us to talk about on today's episode because we've had so many interviews. I feel like we haven't been able to really talk.
Yes.
Okay, what did our listeners say,
Oh,
Boo?
people wanted to know people wanted to know our thoughts on our Amber Marquise interview, and I think just in general, all of our interviews.
Marquise?
Marquise.
Sweetie, are you good? Marquise? What?
How do you say her last name?
Isn't that like a Vegas hotel? Like what?
Yeah, it is actually.
Marquise. No, it's like Marchese. Wait.
Marchese, are
Well,
you
now
sure?
Amber Marchese. It's not
It's not
Marquise.
but it's not Marchese.
I don't know, guys. All right, so
Okay.
what'd you think about the Amber interview? We got a lot of like back and forth about that interview.
Yeah, I loved it. I think we could have went more deeper with other things that were going on, but I think we just didn't go there. But I thought
Yeah.
she said a lot of things that again are aligning with other past housewives are saying about production and all that stuff. I thought it was really good tea that she gave us, and the fact that the Melissa thing too.
Yeah, the Melissa thing was the most interesting thing where Melissa was like, "This is my show," and I can see that happening. I can see Melissa doing that. I know we do talk about production, but like at the end of the day, we also have to think about how they have a job.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's like we need to put that into consideration as well. And people don't watch boring shows, so sometimes you kind of have to, you know, make it.
I think sometimes it's just wild when you're like when you watched it and then you're like, oh my god, that really was set up. So it's just crazy because it doesn't. They do such a good job. It doesn't seem that way most of the time.
Yeah. What do we think about the Kim D interview?
Oh my gosh, she was amazing. Like that was just hilarious. Like I think everyone was so shocked because like it was just like three girls coming together, like telling it how it is and just like being like, listen, I talk shit, but like we're here, like let's go, you know? And it felt so natural.
I had a lot of fun with Kim D. I really did. And I don't know why I felt like bad for her on a personal level. I don't know. I just feel like she was kind of played and I felt bad for her, but I had so much fun talking to her and I think she revealed a lot of interesting things that she's never talked about before. And I feel like we should have her come back too.
I know. I really would want to.
Yeah, I really did like her and a lot of the stuff about Joe Gorga was very very interesting.
Yes. She doesn't hold back. I think that's what I like about her. She really just says it how it is and like she really does love the drama, so it's like just amazing to listen to.
So someone said, Alexis Beeson said, "What are your guys' thoughts on the Morgan Wade video with Kyle Richards?"
Oh my god, you know I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen like clips here and there, but like oh my
It's giving
it's just
Chriselle from Selling Sunset.
it's just a lot. But I mean like didn't Mauricio did comment on it like, you know, showing face, like being like, "Oh my god, like whatever, just supporting it." And it was just like, "Okay, like when was this filmed? Like this is crazy."
Yeah, I like Kyle a lot. I don't understand that. So I don't understand it. I really don't.
Maybe she really is just friends with her. I guess we'll watch
Right,
as it
but
goes.
I don't understand. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so Alexa said, thoughts on Envy getting blasted for selling cheap clothing way more? Not surprised,
Yeah, I
like
feel like
not
everyone knows
surprised.
this.
Not a shocker. Do they even make money? Do they even break even? Like I doubt it.
Did you see? So you know how I know you saw that they're gonna do the
Oh
fashion show,
yeah.
which
Oh, the Melissa, yeah, the fashion show on October
yeah, but
4th.
did you see how much the tickets were? Like I clicked on the link and they're charging $300 for VIP. And basically VIP just gets a picture with her and like Joe, but then you get
Ugh.
front row and it's like $300 for that. Like this is I don't know, Bravo World's just
Sh
crazy with
Of
money.
course they're charging 300. Melissa can't afford doing this fashion show for her Amazon clothing line. Like,
And
of
the
course she's charging a lot. She needs people to pay for what she's doing. She's trying to host as many events as possible. She did the Joe Gorga birthday, which we have tea from that. Go on our Patreon. We talk about exactly what happened because there was drama there. Then she talks about and then now she's hosting this event, which she's only done one other time in 2019. So it's like you're not even consistent. You're so desperate because you need to have events because like nothing's going on with you. So at least you could say, I hosted events, but you're making the audience pay for everything.
Yeah, and I think like the regular one was like 125 and it gets you open bar. Like that would be okay if like you were like donating it some of it to charity at least, you know, or doing some proceeds to them. Like that would make more sense. But you're just she's crazy. She's crazy.
Yeah. Casey said, any details on Biscuit's birthday bash or why Bravo Lover is being sensitive? Biscuit's bash was Jennifer Aiden's party on Saturday. And why Rachel's being sensitive? We do talk about that on our Patreon. We do know why Rachel's being sensitive. So, Yeah, we do talk about that. But Wednesday, you guys, oh my gosh, I thought we're gonna do a whole podcast about this. Wednesday, we have someone who works alongside with me going to the event,
Charity event, right?
the charity event. And yeah, it's going to be great. Dolores has made aware that we're going to be there. So um it's gonna be great. So yeah, she we're gonna cover everything, never before seen photos, just every interaction that's going on, even get some questions in if we can.
I
We're gonna go
wish
up
we
to
were there.
I know it would be so nice if we were there, but the person that helps me, she's freaking amazing. And she is like such an investigator, so she's great. But yeah, I wish we were there. I want her to go up to Melissa and be like, so Karma's a bitch, huh? I'm just kidding, I would never, but that she gets. Yeah, I mean, those were pretty much like some of the things you guys wanted to talk about. John Fuda. We were supposed to do a John Fuda podcast episode, but Roxanne, me, lost my voice like crazy. I sound so much better. So we will do that. We
And
have to
then
do that.
but then we had the Kim D emergency podcast. So like
Oh
we
yeah,
had to
that
put that
came
up
out of
right away.
nowhere. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was like
so we had to do
oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
So we definitely need to do it, and we will do it this week.
Yeah. So we'll do all of that stuff. It's going to be a good week. We're back to we did so many interviews back to back. And oh my gosh, this week my kids' summer camp ended and I'm working. And then, so it's chaotic. They don't go to school, like preschool, until next week. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, but at least they'll fall asleep early because they will not nap for me. So that's okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right, let's get into New York. By the way, Chantel, we didn't discuss last week Aaron's party, but were you not scared from it?
I was scared, very scared from that.
Nothing about it screamed vow renewal or intimate. It was like a sponsored deal, and
But
I'm
like
not
the
sure.
invitation, it's like, why would you do that? Like that's really like just so sad.
Clearly, they all do that, Chantel. Clearly, they all are about sponsors and
But how do they
whatever.
have all these sponsors when they're not even this is their first time on the show? Like where do you get these sponsors? Like I
Right.
understand if Sai has sponsors cuz she's like an influencer, but like I'm confused here.
I don't know. I think like in New York, just like how in Michigan, Chantel, we have like a bunch where everyone knows everyone. So if like someone's like more well known and donates more money, then you like everyone just knows them, even if the whole world doesn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but like it was just
I
a
don't know.
lot. It was a lot.
I will say, Chantal, like I'm confused about Jenna. I feel like Bravo is trying to make Jenna a thing, and I like her. So don't come at me, people. I think she's cool and hip, but do I think she's a real housewife? Like when I think of real housewife material, do I think of Jenna? No, I absolutely think the opposite. So I feel like Bravo's pushing her front and center, and I just don't get it. Like she's like the cool aunt vibe. She doesn't give me real housewife material at all.
What I just thought was weird, I think, on this episode was like her lash line. It's just like it's so meh. I mean, it was cool that I think she said that she got into Target, but I'm just like, what is this? Like, what is so cool that
And
what are
who
you
is
doing?
she? She doesn't even look like a person who wears like extreme lashes that people are going to buy lashes from her.
Yeah, it was just like it was. Yeah,
No disrespect, but like the people who have lashes are those like
it just
makeup
didn't match her
influencers.
brand. Yeah, it
Yes.
didn't match her
Mhm.
brand, and she has like all
Yeah.
these things that she's talking about. And it's like, okay, are you on the show too? I don't know. It was weird.
She doesn't again, like Bravo's like getting away from the real housewife world. I don't know. I want to see families and I want to see like an actual real housewife. I love seeing a badass who works like I mean that's us, but I don't want to watch that to be honest. I really don't. So I don't know. So Sai doesn't give a shit that Aaron thought it was rude that she left her party, but Sai said she was hungry. So I kind of, until I watched the rest of the episode, agree with Sai in the sense like if this party really didn't have food like she's making it, then that's a big problem. Food isn't a necessity, especially like for something like this.
But there is food, and I think sight is the issue. Like we clearly see it, and I think
Yeah,
you saw hors d'oeuvres being passed around. Like like, and at the end of the day, like yeah, you sometimes are hungry and you want food, but how hungry are you that you're literally dying that you have to leave? And then usually
right.
when you do, you wait it out, you leave the party, and if you really are hungry, go to freaking Mickey D's like line or something. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
it's like I'm concerned for her too.
Yeah. What do you think of Bryn saying you to Aaron's husband that you can get out of your marriage?
I thought it was so wrong. I don't care how much you flirt. I don't care whatever. If you look the way that Bryn looks, okay, which is hot and sexy, and you're talking to my man like that, I would be pissed. Like I don't care if this is your personality. It's rude. And especially at their 10-year renewal, I would not be okay with it. And I don't know why they were all like defending her, and especially what's her name? Is it Jessel?
Yeah,
Jessel like
Jessel.
lying on her. Like you literally
Yeah.
it's weird.
And I would be so mad because I wasn't there. So you're making jokes and I'm not even there and they're very inappropriate.
Exactly. If you're making jokes in front of me and we both are laughing, it's like, "Oh, shut up," you
Different
know? But
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you're like and you went on a few times. And yeah, he is laughing because it's awkward. He's not gonna be rude to you.
I would
And
beat his
maybe
ass though.
well, you saw she got mad. Erin got mad.
Oh,
Was like,
I
"Why
would
were you
the way
laughing?"
Aaron acted is exactly how I would have acted. That's my personality to a T that I'd be like, you laughing makes you look like an idiot. Because guess what? What did Bryn end up doing? Bryn ended up using that against her and been
Yep.
like being like, well, your husband laughed at it. So it's like it's easy for girls like that to then go tell everyone else, like, oh well, I mean, he laughed. He clearly thought it was funny. He was into the joke. I dare my husband. Oh my gosh, I would go crazy. I would lose like
But
that
it
is
is
a
so
no-no.
realistic for him to kind of laugh it off. You know, like he's probably drinking, having a good time, like entertaining his guests. Like I get him laughing, but like I really it pissed me off too.
Ugh, no. Also, does Erin and her husband kind of look like each other, or is that just
Yeah.
me?
Oh, I feel like
Why do
anybody
couples look
yeah,
like each
couples just look
other?
like each other.
Weird. Chantal, you don't look like your fiance,
I know,
and
but
I don't look
most
like my
couple
husband.
yeah, but like I just feel like there's similarities, you know?
Oh my god, I like know what you're thinking, and it's bothering me. Okay, let's not get into that. You know how Jessel acts busy? I like don't doubt that she's busy, but she goes on a date night with her husband. So if she has time to go on a date night, she could be banging her husband. And again, I cringe with sexual stuff, but I'm just confused by it.
I know. It's like maybe she'll say she's did it. She did it. I don't know. I mean, or maybe they just are friends and they're just like showing up like for this on the show and then they're gonna announce something. I really don't understand the relationship right now.
Well, it's crazy that she also says she's so busy and she doesn't sleep and she just seems so drained and she does look really tired. And then she's like, I want another kid.
Well, who doesn't? I feel like that's how you guys are all are.
Yeah, that's so true. You know what? I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were literally were gonna be like, Roxia, that's you since you've had your first kid. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I
like you guys are in
know.
the thick of it. It's like let's just pop them out. Let's
Yeah.
go. And like she wants a girl so bad, and it's like, do we blame her? It's like she really
No,
wants
like
that
girls
one
are
girl.
oh my gosh.
And she says
Girls
that
are amazing.
she has the girl, like it's in the petri dish or whatever. Like she knows
I don't know what
it's
that means.
there. Like her IVF, like egg and sperm, they have a girl. They
Okay.
genetically tested it, and so she has a girl waiting for her.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I totally get it. But she just, seems all over the place. And then she's joining the show. And I'm like,
Well,
okay.
what do we feel about her telling her mom on national TV that she did IVF?
Well, yeah, I mean, Chanel, I kind of thought about our culture and how
That's
it's,
me too. That's
yeah.
exactly how we would be. It's like shamed on, gossiped about. It's getting a little better now, but because I think
I
so
feel
many
like
girls are
thank God,
having issues.
yeah, which is so scary. Thank God for
I
our
know.
generation, because I feel like our generation has normalized things, whereas in like our parents would be like, "That's a sin. You're not," because and they don't mean any bad saying that, but they just it's just their generation. Like I don't, it's just what they know, and I just feel like us, like we've normalized that, and then also they've also like our parents have witnessed their kids go through struggles that they're like, okay, well, we do want a kid. We do want a grandkid. So if we have to do this, like, then we have to do this. And I thought it was so interesting. I felt so bad when she said how hard it was for when people kept asking, when are you going to get pregnant? And I was bawling when she was sitting with her mom because as a mom, I wouldn't want my child to keep that from me because I would so badly want to just be there for my kid. But then, like, I understood both sides and I just got so emotional.
I think it's crazy to show because I think parents sometimes need to like act a little bit more put together with their kids because look how she fed off on her, knowing that her mom can't sleep at night when she knows something's wrong with her, and like
Yeah.
the way that she acts so worried that she couldn't even come to you. Like it's sad that she couldn't even come to you because you freak out and you make it not about yourself, but you like she would feel bad to put that
But
put that on
sometimes
you.
parents do that where they make it about themselves. Like, you don't understand how stressed and how worried I am. And it's like, are you kidding me? I'm stressed and worried. I've been going through IVF 6 months and 2 times it's not work. Like, I can't imagine what she went through. I
I
really, really
know.
can. That was honestly very sad to me, and it kind of made me like her and understand her a little bit more. Where it's like, ugh, that sucks. Like, I just think it is a lot more common right now. It's like in the foods we're eating. I don't know, but and there's nothing to be embarrassed by talking about it. It's, but I don't know. I just like when just the thought of someone asking, and we're guilty of that too, where we'd be like, when are you gonna get pregnant? And it's like,
And then it's like, are you gonna? Or it's like,
it's messed up.
or it's like when they have one, are you gonna have another? Are you gonna have a second one? It's like, oh my god, why can't we just be happy with what's happening
I
with
do that
people?
all the time, and I need to stop. Or like, oh, when are you gonna have your second one? Like, oh my god, I'm so
There's a new
cringy.
thing that people are like clowning on, like when you say like I'm pregnant, they're like, oh, were you guys trying? It's like, what? Like, what does that mean? Like, you had to be trying, like it's just so weird, like.
Well, because
How,
people say it like happened unexpectedly, and it
but
was
it's
like
none of our business to even ask somebody, are you trying? Were
right,
you guys
right,
trying? Like, it just that's what people are laughing about. It's like such a weird question, and when you really think about it, like, oh, were you guys trying? It's like, okay, 9 out of 10 times they were trying.
right. Well, we like ask that stuff to our cousins, so
I know, but it's just funny.
I don't know, like let's not pretend we're little innocent people here.
No, I'm just trying to like, you know,
Yeah,
not do that.
I know. Yeah, I need to be so much better about that. But like when I ask, it's like about excitement, but that still doesn't excuse it. Okay, so the ladies meet up for brunch, and Sai walks in and complains about breakfast, which is
Ugh.
stupid because they did have fruit. So she was like, "This is all fried," and it's like enough with the food complaining. I mean, there's like homeless people outside of New York right now, and you're walking past them complaining about food.
Oh my god, you're so right. And it's like, why, if you have all these weird things about food, why don't you eat at home? I think that's a
Oh my gosh,
Aaron ended up
yes,
saying to her,
yeah,
like, eat before. Like, if you don't like fried food, if you like healthy food, and if you don't like meat and you don't like this, it's like eat from before and go. Like, I don't think I've ever been to an event thinking, oh my god, I'm starving. Like, this is the worst food ever.
right. Well, and then it's like, remember when Sai opened up about her upbringing? So it's like you open up about your upbringing, so be a little bit humble. Like you sound so entitled. Like there's literally, if there was fried food and then there was fruit. So if you don't like fried food, great. Look, there's freaking fruit for you. There's
And
fresh fruit.
then she's complaining about brown avocado, which is like, that some when you put out avocado for even 10 minutes, it starts browning. So it's fresh, and they made avocado toast. That's pretty healthy. Eat it. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
She really pissed me off.
Well, they talk about what they're going to do for the holidays, and Erin says she's going to be with her cousins, and then she segues into bringing up how her cousin made a speech that Sai missed because she left the party without saying goodbye. And Sai says, "I don't give a shit," and Erin says, "You have bad manners," and like Sai like literally did not care, and she's like, "Well, I was hungry. I need to eat," and then it like switches up where and that's when Erin in her confessional is like, okay, like if you clearly like have a stomach issue, eat before you come if it's that serious. And like we said, that's true. Eat before you come. It's never that serious. And you're on a show. You're on a show getting filmed. Stop acting like you're about to grub and really eat anyways. You never
Exactly.
even see them eat. And then Erin goes in on Bryn, and I'm here for it. She tells Bryn how wrong it was for her to say that her husband is technically not married to Erin, and that when he divorces that she's single. And like we said, it's her 10-year anniversary party. And then Bryn says maybe he shouldn't laugh at her jokes. And that obviously is going to piss off Erin even more, where she starts shaking. Bryn denies everything. But then with all, she even goes to as far as saying, I didn't even mention divorce. We see 3 different times that she mentions divorce to her husband.
And then Jessel saying, he didn't say the D word. He didn't say the D
Oh
word.
my
You're
god.
overreacting. It's like, shut
Yeah.
up, Jessel.
So, right. And everyone's saying it's not a big deal. And I think it was inappropriate. And then Bryn throws shade at Erin party and she says it was boring anyways. And Bryn, I'm with you. It did look boring, but that's not why you're gonna be inappropriate to someone's husband because it's boring. So you're like, let me be inappropriate and flirt with someone's husband.
I know. You know what I was dying about when Erin left? She goes and calls her sister, and it reminded me of me and you. And the sister's
Oh,
like, "They're a
right
bitch
away.
anyways," and like was just
She
like
wore
defending.
sunglasses like
Yeah,
she's
like
some
she's a
celebrity.
loser. Yeah, who the
Yeah.
hell does she think she is? I'm like, oh my god, it's so like any
Oh my
relationship,
gosh.
like
Yeah,
any sister best friend
we're
relationship.
so protective like of that and that we would say the exact same thing. But I mean, her sister comes off strong, but like we would do that behind the scenes. We probably
Yeah,
would be
like it was a lot when
strategic.
she like came up to them on the site, and
So
then
yeah, that was
she's
kind
like,
of
"Stop
cringe.
talking."
Yeah, that was a little bit much. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like when sisters get involved on TV. Like, it's a TV show at the end of the day, and let the audience talk. Like, don't have your sister get involved. It's too much. But like, I agree with
Speaking of sister,
everything.
my sister just walked in my room. Get out.
Who, Bianca?
Chloe.
Why is Chloe at your house?
They went to a Tigers game.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Chloe's like the one who has kids and lives like 40 minutes away. So I'm like,
Yeah.
why is she at your house right
And
now?
she's like making fun of us, like talking. She's just like mocking me. Like,
I
and
know.
you know,
Hey, Chloe.
Roxanne says, "Hey, Chloe." She said, "Hey, boo boo."
Okay,
Scary
well,
stuff.
yeah.
But wait, what do you think about Bryn's relationship?
Honestly, I kind of like forwarded that part.
Oh, you did. But did you
I
catch
watched
that
like the beginning.
she said that she was dating somebody,
Oh
and
yeah, and then
then
she got engaged and had to
yeah,
tell her boyfriend.
yeah, that was really scary.
Yeah, she's someone
Her stories are cray cray.
she's someone though I wouldn't want around my husband.
Yeah, and oh yeah, and the way that she got so defensive was like, you're thinking I'm flirting with a married man. It's like, okay, you got too defensive right
Well, you
there.
were, boo. How
Yeah.
come no one went after Erin? Like these people are so mean to her.
What do you? Oh yeah, like they're like, oh yeah, it's like they were
She
like,
walks out and like Jenna's like, "Should we let her go?"
I
And I'm like,
know.
"Jenna, like shut up." Like,
Jenna
what?
is trying too hard, especially with her gifts. It was really weird. But like even the gifts, it's like the way
Ugh,
that they
my
complain. I
God.
swear, I really can't. Like this has to be the most like complaining cast I've ever met in my life.
Oh my God, they're like, she wants us to post about it. Well, if you're her friend, post about it. I'm confused here. Are you giving any gifts?
Yeah, exactly.
But Jenna is too much though. Like she is too much. It's weird.
The gifts were weird. It was weird. I mean,
How
like
many how many gifts are you gonna give?
and if they had her name on it, it's like, what? Okay, like please, let's not like give it away to charity or something. But
Right. Like I
I don't
don't
know. But
want
like
it.
I would be like, hey, okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's too much. It really is too much. Well, I don't know. I think that concludes tonight's episode, eh?
Yeah, there's nothing else. I think that went down.
Yeah. We're gonna obviously do an episode of Hot Topics. We should do Hot Topics and combine it with John Fuda because everyone's requesting us to dive into that whole John Fuda stuff.
And
And
Orange
then,
County.
oh, I'm so excited for Orange County. I'm
Yeah.
loving Orange County. So,
Yeah, we didn't
yeah,
talk about last week's episode, but we will, and then we can talk about this
we'll
week's
touch on
snippet.
that. Yeah, exactly. I have a lot to say. I'm very excited for it, and I'm sad that we missed it, but I'm glad that we're back. If you guys haven't signed up for our Patreon, again, do it. You are missing out because there's a lot of good stuff, and we're not just teasing that. There really is. Just ask our listeners. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of the week goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, Chantel.
Good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.